Hi guys, ka-chatty with me, first school. Guys, nalaman ko na yung grades ko. I want to jump off a bridge. Onto another bridge. Guys, I got high honors first quarter, period. Alam nyo, super duper proud ako. Hi! Super duper proud ako sa sarili ko and also to my classmates kasi hindi talaga madali yung first quarter. Like, sobrang OA ang hassle ng first quarter. Na para bang lahat kami na stress dyan. And of course, hindi naman sa nag-flex ako, pero of course, like, masaya lang po ako na parang, this is an achievement. At syempre, para to sa mga bashers na para bang, puro ka kasi makeup lang. Like, late ka palagi. Puro ka makeup, di ka na nag-aaral. Ate, sino man nagsabi sa'yo niyan? Na para bang alam mo yung buong buhay ko, di ba? Hindi. O, ayan. Gusto mo ipakita ko pa sa yung report card? Hindi. So, ayan, feel ko kahit papano nag-pay off naman lahat ng stress, saka galit. Lahat ng stress sa first quarter. Kasi literal, wala talaga akong tulog doon. Na para bang pagka-uwi mo ng bahay, matutulog ka na lang agad kasi hindi mo na kaya. Uy! Also guys, medyo kailangan ko nabawasan daw yung makeup because apparently, they still notice me. So, I guess, ayan, mabawasan ko na kasi mamaya, hindi. Oh, and by the way, yung style ko, guys, hindi naman siya namaga. Oh, mamaya pinagdadasal nyo na mamagay. Hindi. Ayun, hindi naman siya namaga and pagaling na siya kasi, like, pumutok na siya ng kusa, like, yung Tuesday. So, I think, magme-makeup pa rin ako. Hindi na ako nag-makeup yesterday. So, I mean, nakapahinga din, diba? Nakapahinga na yung style. Hindi naman ako may infection, diba? Okay, I think ganyan na lang yung eyeshadow kasi medyo natural naman na yan, diba? Yes, gaslight. Tapos ngayon, magmamascara pa rin ako kasi feel ko hindi naman to halata. Alam mo, mawala na lahat, wag lang mascara ko kasi talagang recently, this has been my holy grail. Hindi ka gaganon. Anong holy grail? Oh, itong part na to, yung nagkaroon ng style last time. So, pag nabulag talaga, hindi. Guys, pray for me. Pray for my eye. I mean, technically, hindi naman ma-infect, diba? Kasi, hindi ko naman siya dinidikit doon. Okay, kailangan ko na magmadali kasi 7:20 na. Kailangan matapos na ako 7:25 kasi mag-aayos pa ako and everything and above. Y'all, I have freaking 2 minutes to hurry up. Also, hindi ko alam kung babawasan ko ba yung blush ko or what kasi hindi ko alam kung ano yung halata sa makeup ko. Tas lahat pala, hindi. Like, super duper onti na lang. At alam ko naman na hindi maglalast tong blush na to. Like, feel ko mawawala na lang siya. Any moment. Ayan, sobrang light na lang, te. Hindi ko na lang alam. Pati ba naman dito nag-overthink ako kung ano yung halata. Halata ka na, te. Halata. Okay, now for my lippy. Alam niyo na to. This is my favorite ultra super duper use and abuse lippy. Peri Peri Ink Mood Glowy Tint in 03. And may gagawin ako. Ano yung gagawin mo? Like, ilalagay ko siya. Malamang, ilalagay mo. Ano ba ang gagawin? Ilalagay ko siya tapos, like, tatanggalin ko. Ano ba okay, so now may tissue ako. I'm just gonna like blot the excess. Oh yan, super light na lang yun, girl. Iha, may makeup ka po ba? Wala po, natural lips ko lang po yan. Hindi. Diyos ko tayo, dami kong daldal. Ayan na. Late na ako ng 3 minutes. Hindi ka talaga late. Pero like, dapat tapos na ako kanina pa. Pa-powder lang ako using this Flower Nose powder. Gamit ko pang powder is tong blush brush nila kasi ang laki. Na-discover ko to kay Ate Marga. Okay guys, ito na yung final look. Diba? Super duper natural lang. And hindi na para mahuli. So yeah guys, thank you for watching. Kailangan ko na naman magmadali. Alam niyo na. Bye, ciao.
Get ready with me while I tell you about the Uber driver that didn't want to let me out of the car. So, for context, I went to the Sabrina Carpenter concert, and I went in a party bus, which meant I needed to take an Uber home. We got the Uber, and then everything started going south. As soon as we got in the car, we already knew that something was sketchy because this man had the scariest music playing. And then he started making jokes that were a little odd. He started talking about walruses and how they fight in the wild, and he compared men to walruses. I was with my mom and my sister, and we were all very uncomfortable. We called my dad. I started recording. I was like, if I'm going down, I'm going down with some proof. But that's not the worst of it. He made an insanely inappropriate joke about these men that would fight like walruses. He said that they couldn't see their own you-know-what in 10 years. And then as soon as he made that joke, dead silence. So my mom said,
do you think you can actually drop us off here in Arco? I gotta use the bathroom really bad.
And this is where we started getting really scared, because guess what he said? He's like, oh, we're almost there. And we were like, no, we really have to go. Pull over to the gas station, and then my mom's like, by the way, you could just end the ride here, we'll get another Uber. And he says, no, it's fine, I'll wait for you. My mom said, no, it's okay, end the ride. He's like, no, I'm gonna wait for you. And he's like, are you sure you wanna end the ride? And my mom said, yes. And because it was so late at night, the gas station doors were locked. We went up to the window where the guy was working, and we asked him, hey, can you please just let us in to use the bathroom really quickly? And he said no, which obviously we understand, because that's just the rules. And we asked him, okay, do you see that car right behind us? He's very creepy. He's put us in a very uncomfortable situation. Can you please just nod your head yes, so he thinks that we're gonna use the bathroom? And the guy goes, no. But not only was saying no with his head not enough, he uses his hands and goes, no. I ran to like the side of the gas station, and guess what I spotted? A McDonald's. And so I told my mom, there's a McDonald's over here. They have a bathroom, let's just go here. And guess what? The doors are also locked. Go to the window of the McDonald's, and the manager says, we can't let you in. Well, it seemed like our best course of action at that point was kind of just to wait until the new Uber arrived. Thanks for watching. See you guys.
Get ready with me story time about how the guy I was talking to for 2 months was cheating on his girlfriend of 2 years. Let's go. Disclaimer and added comment. I did not know about the girlfriend, so before y'all even try to say no, I did not know about the girlfriend. And the boy is a compulsive liar, and the girl stalks my social media, so I'm probably most likely going to post all the proof and evidence because I have all the screenshots of everything. So yeah. Okay, so basically let's go to the beginning. So this guy adds me on Snap, right? And I click on it because I'm like, okay, I gotta add. I didn't see until like a day or two after he already added me. But I click on his profile, and he actually has a public profile. And a lot of guys don't have public profiles, or they don't have any pictures of themselves, and he had a bunch. So I was like, okay, definitely not a catfish. And he was cute, light skin with pretty eyes. So I was like, okay, like he's kind of fine, whatever. So I hit add back. Not even kidding. Literally 30 seconds after I added him back, he texted me and was like, hey. Or he was like, what's up, mom? Okay, and I remember exactly where I was. I was in English class when all this goes down, and he texted me, and I'm like, okay. So I text him back, I'm like, what's up? And we do the usual, getting to know each other, asking each other, like, base level questions. Mind you, he literally, I will text him, and he responds within 30 seconds. It is, like, instant. And sometimes I'm like, okay, cool, like, you're responding quick, but this is getting a little bit too desperate. So I'm like, and I ask him, I'm like, are you Christian? He's like, of course, I go to church on Sunday, which was a lie. And like, we're just getting to know each other, and he seems pretty cool, he seems pretty chill. And I'm like, okay, maybe you're desperate, I don't know. So I kind of stop responding quick, and I wait like 20 minutes because I'm like, what are you doing? Whatever. So then we end up talking for like, I'm gonna say a week before we actually hang out. So we're gonna fast forward to the part where we hang out. Okay, I know I'm annoying, but I did my lashes off camera. Anyways, back to the story. We end up hanging out, and he's like asking me if he can pick me up. And me being me, I'm like, no, you can't pick me up. I don't know you. I've known you for a week. This could be a safety issue. So I'm like, but we can meet up at this public food chain area that's very close to my house. And he's like, okay, bet, that's fine. Anyways, we end up going there, and I see him. He doesn't see me, and he's like texting me. He's like, where you at? And I end up getting out of my car, walking into his car, and he's like, oh my gosh, I low-key thought this was a setup. I thought I was gonna get robbed. And I just looked at him like, in the big 2025? In this area? We're literally in the suburbs. I'm like, you're not from here, are you? And he's like, no, I'm from Miami. I just recently moved here, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, because what? Anyways, so we end up hanging out. It was actually pretty chill. We end up going to like Kroger, getting snacks. And this dude, like, he seems really nice, and he asked me for a kiss, and I'm like, no. Like, one thing about me is I have like extremely high self-worth, and I respect myself, and I do not like move quickly when it comes to like kissing, blah blah blah. Because so anyways, he drops me back off at my car, and he's like, so when is the next time that I'm gonna see you? And I'm like, I don't know, when I have time, because, you know, I'm gonna play a little bit hard to get, like, it's not gonna be easy like that. And he's like, okay, well, I really want to see you again, let me know when you're available. I'm like, okay. So fast forward, we end up hanging out like 4 more times after the first time, so 5 times total. He buys me food, like, he takes me to this little cute restaurant. I'm not gonna say what it is, because what the freak. Anyways, so he takes me there, he pays for my food, and we walk in, and like, apparently the people in there know him, and they're like looking at him, and they're like, oh shoot, this is your girl, like, she's bad. And he's like, soon to be. Like, he just says that he's like soon to be. And I'm like, and then the vibes are kind of weird. Like, the girl serving me, she kind of like looks at me, and she's like, yo, you're actually so bad. Like, she's like, oh my god, you're actually so bad, y'all are such a hot couple. And I was just like, thank you. Like, but the reason I say the vibe was weird is because they were all like staring as if they knew something, which yeah, they probably knew that he had a girlfriend. So then a month after me and him are hanging out, and I'm starting to like him, like, yeah, like, I like him, nothing crazy. And I ask him, I'm like, so do you like, how do you feel about relationships? Like, is that the goal with this? Like, do you want this to turn into something? And by this point, we have literally done nothing except kiss. Okay, because I respect myself, like I said, and I like did not want to do anything with anyone that I was not in a relationship with, and I was not about to do that, because that's no. And like, I was like, no, you're not about to use me, whatever. And he's like, no, I don't really want a relationship right now for probably like 6 months, because I'm working on myself, and I want to work on my business and whatever, my job, whatever. And mind you, this man is rich. He's 20, I'm 19, okay? He has money, he drives a nice car, he lives on his own, he has money. And I'm like, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I do marketing. He didn't really tell me, and he has 2 different phones. I should have saw that as a red flag, but he has money. This is my lip liner, it's very ghetto, so just ignore it. Anyways, so he's like, do you want a relationship? Like, is that what you're looking for? Hold on, I'm gonna do this off camera. Okay. And then I'm like, well, I want a relationship, but not anytime soon, because I just got out of a 2-year relationship. And I was like, yeah, not right now, maybe in like a couple months, but not 6 months. 6 months, baby, that's a little bit too long. Like, that's just giving, like, I get that, but it's kind of giving player, because why are you talking to me if you want to wait 6 months to date me, but you want to do everything that a dating couple does, but you want to wait 6 months? It's just, something wasn't clicking. And also, I just want to say something too. He was like extremely jealous. Like, whenever I would like mention another guy, rather if it's a friend, somebody that I work with, he did not like that. And I had a picture up of like prom, which had my ex in it, and he was like, ew, you need to delete that. And he got really mad. He's like, why do you still have pictures of your ex? If you really want me and you want to be with me, you would not have pictures of your ex. So I deleted the picture that my ex was in, even though it was our prom pictures. Like, are we kidding? Are we in middle school right now? Like, what's going on? But he was insanely jealous. So I was like, okay, maybe I really thought like he just likes me but doesn't want to date me, I don't know. So then fast forward, I'm gonna say a couple more weeks, I start talking to another boy, and I tell him, by the way, he's not happy with it, he does not like it, but at the same time, he can't control me because we're not together. He doesn't want to date anyone for 6 months. I'm not about to wait 6 months for no one. Okay? And this boy, he comes into my work. I know where he works too, because I've seen him, and I'm like, bro, he's fine. I tell all my coworkers, and then my coworker ends up hooking me up with him, because I'm like, give me his number. So I start talking to this boy, and I really like this boy. Like, I fall head over heels for this boy, like that. Like, literally within like 2 weeks, I'm like, oh my god, I really like this boy. And I had not felt like this for, I'm gonna call the light skin, oh my god, I just almost said his name, Ryan. And we're gonna call the other boy, he's white, we're gonna call him James. So I didn't feel like that for Ryan, but I like started liking James really quick, and I was like, what is wrong with me? So then I start telling Ryan, I'm like, yeah, I kind of like this other boy, And then Ryan is like mad about it. He's like, okay, whatever. And then one day he like ghosts me, and I'm like, okay, you don't want to date me. Why do you care? Like, I'm single. I've been in a 2-year relationship, and before that I was in a 1.5 years. I'm like, okay, let me actually like explore my options and stop like locking in so fast, you know what I mean? Okay, so then fast forward, Ryan, he's like, okay, like trying to win me over. He's like, can you at least come to my house? And then also one day we were texting. He went on like a business trip that he was supposed to be gone for a 1.5 weeks to Miami, but he was back within like 4 days, which I thought was really odd. And then one of those days he deactivated his account on Snap, and we would snap every day. And I thought that was so weird. He deactivated his account or he blocked me. It's one or the other. And he would never give me his number, and I'd always be like, can I get your number? And he's like, I only give my girlfriend my number. Like, he's like, you have to be my girlfriend, basically. And I'm like, 6 months just to get your number, but we're okay, whatever. I thought that was so weird, and I should have saw the red flags. I should have. Anyways, he ends up asking me to come over, and I'm like, okay. He's like, just give me a chance. So we end up hanging out. We make out or whatever, stuff that teenagers do. And I start noticing that he has all his clothes piled up in stacks on top of his dresser, and they're all folded really nicely, like they had been in a drawer. Anyways, I have to hurry. That was like the last time that we hung out before all the weird stuff started happening, because I get a DM, and she's like, hey, how do you know Ryan? And I'm like, oh, Ryan, I kind of talked to him a little bit. We don't really talk as much anymore. And she's like, yeah, that's my boyfriend. And she's like, do you have proof? Or no. I asked her, I'm like, do you have proof that he's your boyfriend? She sends me a picture of them kissing in his exact apartment. Also, he had 2 dogs, and he said one of the dogs was his homeboy's dog, and the dog that he said was his homeboy's dog had a girl name. I was like, okay. Anyways, go to part 2 for the rest of the story.
Bin ich das Arschloch, wenn ich meinem Verlobten gesagt habe, dass ich ihn nicht heiraten werde, wenn er seine beste Freundin zu unserer Hochzeit einlädt? Storytime. Mein Verlobter hat eine kindheitsbeste Freundin, die Laura heißt. Und ich bin nicht so eine, die eifersüchtig wird, wenn mein Partner irgendwie weibliche Freunde hat. Und in dem Fall stört es mich auch nicht, dass sie ein Mädchen ist. Stört mich einfach, dass sie keine Grenzen kennt. Und ich hätte das gleiche Problem, wenn sie ein Mann wäre. Sie macht schon seit Anfang an einen Konkurrenzkampf, wer die wichtigere Rolle in Leons Leben hat. Und ich und Leon hatten uns tatsächlich auch schon mal getrennt, wegen Laura. Er war einfach unfähig, ihr irgendwelche Grenzen zu setzen, also musste ich es dann irgendwann beenden. Irgendwann hat er dann die Wichtigkeit von Grenzen realisiert und wir sind wieder zusammengekommen, und er hatte dann auch ein Gespräch mit Laura. Ich und Laura haben die Art von Beziehung, wo wir wissen, dass wir uns nicht leiden können, und wir reden nicht viel miteinander, weil wir einfach keinen Streit und kein Drama wollen. Diese ganze Situation geht jetzt schon 5 Jahre so, und als Leon mir dann einen Antrag gemacht hat, hat sie uns nicht mal zu der Verlobung gratuliert. Es ist sogar so weit gegangen, dass sie sich geweigert hat, mich seine Verlobte zu nennen, sondern mich immer so seine Freundin genannt hat. Dann kam es zur Hochzeitsplanung, und wir mussten aussuchen, wer die Blumenmädchen sind und wer die Trauzeugen sind. Und ihr könnt euch nicht mein Gesicht vorstellen, als Leon gesagt hat, dass er Laura als Trauzeugin möchte. Und direkt danach habe ich eine Nachricht von ihr bekommen. Und in dieser Nachricht stand, nur damit du es weißt, ich bin und werde immer seine Priorität sein. Ich war einfach sprachlos. Und dann kam noch, egal ob ihr bald ein Haus zusammen habt, Kinder zusammen habt, einen Hund habt, ich werde immer seine Priorität sein, weil er mich als Trauzeugin wollte, um dich sauer zu machen. Da hat sie definitiv einen Punkt gemacht, weil ich war sauer. Ich habe diese Nachricht dann natürlich Leon gezeigt, und er meinte einfach, dass ich das nicht so ernst nehmen soll und dass er sich drum kümmert. Ich habe dann sehr deutlich gemacht, dass für mich die einzige Option ist, dass sie nicht zu der Hochzeit kommt. Also habe ich ihm gesagt, er soll anrufen. Und jetzt weiß ich nicht mehr, ob ich ihn wirklich heiraten kann, weil er einfach keine Grenzen setzt. Er meinte auch, dass er es sehr unfair von mir findet, dass er sich jetzt um das ganze Drama kümmern muss, weil er ja eigentlich gar nichts damit zu tun hat. Und er meinte dann noch, ich übe unnötigen Druck auf ihn aus. Und jetzt weiß ich nicht, was ich machen soll. Was würdet ihr machen an meiner Stelle?
I feel like this is gonna sound mean, but being friends with an insecure girl can be one of the worst experiences. Specifically, insecure girls who really crave male attention. The issue is they will always be in a competition with you. It doesn't matter like how pretty they are, how much they have, they will always want to tear you down and take from you. I dealt with this one girl who I thought was a really close friend. We were friends for like 4 years, I think. And at first it wasn't very noticeable because I literally looked up to her. I was like, wow, she's so pretty and she has everything. Everybody likes her. She's smart. And it wasn't until years later, after I finally cut her off, that I realized how toxic she was. So we usually hung out in a group of 3. And the first red flag was whenever the other girl had a crush and she expressed it, this girl would immediately start pursuing that guy, even though she had no connection to him prior. The other friend only ever had crushes on guys that she was already friends with. But this other girl had no connection to him him until her friend was interested in him, and then all of a sudden she's messaging him. She actually ended up dating 3 of those guys that my friend had a crush on. The other friend just was like, okay, whatever. I think the other friend valued the friendship more than a guy, so she wasn't like willing to let a guy get in between their relationship. Anyway, I never really expressed interest in dating to her because, I mean, look at the way she acts. I also wasn't really interested in dating at the time, like it was just not a priority for me. One day she asked me about this and I said I haven't really felt the need to date. And after that, she went around speculating about my sexuality. I remember there was this one guy who she thought was really cute, and one day he told her he thought I was cute. I was not interested in this guy at all. This actually really upset her, and she came to me and said like, I think it's so funny that he thinks you're cute. That made me feel really bad about myself because I was like, oh, she thinks I'm ugly. She thinks that it's funny that somebody would find me cute. And that's where you can really see our perceptions were different, because while she valued so much how men perceived her, I really valued her opinion. So her telling me that affected me more than him saying that I was cute. She would always be trying to compete with me. This goes for everything, like even career path, like classes I was taking, like no matter what, she was always in a competition with me. It was so exhausting. It's like she was always trying to prove to herself that she was better than me, prettier than me. Looking back, I do wonder why I stayed friends with her for so long. There's really only so much you can take from a friendship, and she's one of those dangerous types of friends who tears apart your confidence. And that's why I've sworn off being friends with insecure girls who care too much about what men think of.
I found out my teachers gossiped about me behind my back. Get ready with me. So a couple of years ago, I was in history class and the teacher was checking our homework. I didn't do my homework because I feel like doing your homework doesn't make sense. The teacher asked me, why didn't you do your homework, Selma? And I said, because homework is ridiculous, and I was expelled from the classroom. It wasn't the first time I was expelled from history class, so I just waited outside until the teacher came to talk to me. After class, the teacher came to talk to me about how I could improve my behavior. He said he noticed a change in my behavior because I broke up with all of my friends. Because of that conversation, I was 5 minutes late for math class. When we were done, I was so happy to see that the door to my math class was still opened. It was a long hallway and I was at the beginning and the math classroom was at the end. Math teacher was at the door opening, and when I saw him, I was like, keep the door open, I'm coming. But he saw me coming and he literally closed the door in my face. I was like, what the heck? So I just opened the door, sat myself down, and I said, I'm so sorry I'm late. I had to talk to the history teacher. So my math teacher said, oh, okay, all right. And I was so relieved. Then all of a sudden, the door opens, my history teacher storms inside, looks for me, points at me, and said, she's too late. She has to go to the principal's office. I was like, what? It's gonna be way worse. Let me know if you need a part 2.
How I found out I was pregnant at 16. So when I was 16, I met this guy and he was my second serious boyfriend. And my mum literally hated him. But I will say my mum actually hated all my boyfriends. One of the reasons why my mum hated all my boyfriends is because she is extremely religious. So doing it before marriage is like a big no-no. So I grew up in a very strict household and I had to get creative with getting away with things. I'm a very big believer that strict parents create sneaky children, because that was me. So growing up, there was no birds and bees conversation. It was kind of just expected that it would not happen. One day I started breaking out pimples all over my face, body acne, as you do when you're 16. So my mum took me to the doctors. The doctor recommends that I go on the pill. I get excited because obviously my pimples are going to go away and I can be safe. But my mum didn't want me to because she thought it would encourage me to do it, even though I was already doing it. Anyways, one weekend my friends have a party and something happens, and I'm sure you can work out what happened, but I just thought nothing of it. A few weeks after, I realized my monthlies haven't arrived. So I call my cousin, who is basically like my sister, and I ask her to meet me at the local shopping center. As I meet up with her, right, and I asked to borrow $10 because I literally don't have money to get a pregnancy test. Anyways, I get it, go to the public bathroom because there's no way I'm going to do it at home in case my parents see the packaging. I do the test and within 30 seconds there are 2 lines. Got home and cried because obviously I was scared, and then I had to figure out how to tell my parents, which is another story in itself.
Get ready with me while I talk about how I got blocked by a super famous TikToker. Okay, so I feel like I need to give you a little bit of background for this. I started TikTok in 2019 when I was 14 years old. I basically started out doing POVs, which a lot of you guys may know me from. And if you go to my account, you'll see I have 1.2 million followers, all from my POVs. When I started POVs, they were not popular. Like, POVs did not become popular until 2020, and like I said, I started doing POVs in 2019. Basically, for those of you who don't know, my POVs were comedy skits. Basically, like, POV, you sit with the pick-me girl, POV, you sit next to the Hey Dylan girl. Like, if you guys know, you know. They were very specific, and nobody was really doing POVs at the time I started doing POVs. Like, a very few amount of people were doing them. So fast forward to 2020, more people were doing POVs. It became kind of a trend and kind of popular, whatever. And I started getting comments being like, hey, like, you're literally copying this girl's videos. And I was like, okay, whatever, like, that's weird. Like, I wasn't copying anyone's videos. Or I would get comments like, hey, this girl's content is like really similar to yours. And then people would tag her, but I couldn't click on the tag. And at the time, I was like, whatever, like, I don't know, like, I didn't really think much of it. Like, it was just a couple comments here and there. Like, it wasn't anything crazy. Until my friend, Alana, reached out to me and was like, hey, are you getting these comments too? Like, people are commenting on my videos saying I'm copying this girl and I can't click on her account, blah, blah, blah. So whatever, it was super weird. We were both, like, confused, but we didn't really, like, think much of it once again. Like, we were just like, whatever, like, it's just like people being trolls or something. But as time went on, people kept commenting that, and I just got to the point where I was like, okay, like, I need to check this girl's account out, like, it's getting out of hand. So I checked this girl's account out. I had to make a whole fake account because I couldn't click on her @ so I figured I must have been blocked or something. Like, I was like, who is this girl? Like, I don't know who she is. And I start looking through her videos. And I'm like, wow, her videos are doing really good, like, good for her. Like, okay, now let's watch some of them. And I kid you not, you guys, her videos were exact replicas of my videos. Like, word for word. Like, she would change a couple words, but the whole POV was my POV. And you may be thinking, like, Katie, like, why is that a big deal? Okay, well, first of all, she obviously knew it was a big deal because she had to block me in order to steal my content. So she knew what she was doing. And also, it was like, it's one thing to steal someone's content, but you gotta remember, I was making POVs, so I would make scripts, and those scripts would take me hours. Just to have another girl copy them and literally be getting millions of views. Like, guys, I'm not kidding, this girl had millions of views from my content and Alana's content. It wasn't just my content she was stealing, it was Alana's content too, and who knows how many other girls, or I guess creators, I should say. Alana ended up getting pretty mad about this and kind of called her out on her spam account, and then guess what happened? This creator blocked her spam account. So basically, this creator became super popular from completely stealing other people's content. And today, she has millions of followers, and I mean millions. I'm not even gonna tell you how many, because I don't want you guys to, like, know who I'm talking about. But she literally has millions, and at least 3 million of those followers are from stealing my POVs and Alana's POVs. Like I said, like, this is such a first world problem, and you may not understand why it's a big deal, but as a creator who makes original content and came up with scripts and spent hours on them, it was kind of just like, ugh, like someone's stealing my content, like, after I just worked so hard on it, and hers is doing better. Like, her content was doing better than my content, which was the original. Yeah, I'm not gonna call her out or anything, like, I'm not gonna say her name. She knows who she is. Not that she can see this video, because I'm still blocked to this day. But yeah, like, it's just, like, super unfair. Like, and I'm not gonna even sit here and lie, like, I might be, like, guilty of stealing someone's content before, but I would never steal somebody's entire script that they probably worked so hard on. Not even that, every time I've ever taken content from somebody else, I've tagged them and given them credit for the idea. None of that. She blocked me from the get-go. The second she started making videos just like mine, she had me blocked. Never even knew about her. This went on for, I would say, a whole year. And that's a big part of the reason I quit making POVs for a good 2 years, was because it was so annoying to have my content stolen from me and being done so much better by somebody else. I guess you could say I'm jealous, but at the same time, it's not really jealousy if it's literally, it's my content and it's doing better on her account. Like, it's just a different person saying what I wrote, the script I made, the bit I made. Whatever, done with my rant for today, done with my makeup, but yeah.
Story time on how me and my ex-best friend aren't friends anymore. You might want to grab a snack and sit down because this is going to be a lot. By the way, this is no hate whatsoever towards her. I do hope for the best for her. Just for some background, this has happened before in our friendship. A situation kind of like this that caused a huge breakup before. Also, she does go to a different school than me. She goes to my sister's school. She's like a grade younger. Anyway, so starting off, our whole friendship was like sideways. There was always something going on. Certain situations like friendships, boyfriends, school, anything like that, it was always, you know. In the past, she has broken up me and my ex-boyfriend out of a whole lie, and it was just a really big situation. I mean, in the end, we did break up. And throughout that period of time, she hated him. She didn't like me being with him. She would get upset if I hung out with him, even though I spent literally every single weekend with her. She just broke us up because she didn't want us together. So that should give you a little bit of background on this situation. So this starts off and I'm sitting in class. I get a phone call from this girl and she's telling me, "Did you see this account?" I was absolutely confused. I was like, "What account are you talking about?" She told me, you know, the secret account that Rain has. Rain is the code name for my ex-best friend. I was like, absolutely not. Let me see this account. So she shows me it, and mind you, there's a whole bunch of girls by this girl and they're all like talking about it. So she shows me it and it's literally a whole bunch of videos about me, and the videos are a whole bunch of lies, and majority of those videos are based on me and my current boyfriend. Mind you, she'd always tell me, "Hate your current boyfriend," and she'd sit there and make fun of him and say all these things about him when she knew I didn't feel comfortable with that and I didn't like it one bit. She just thought it was a big joke and she could say whatever she wants because she was my best friend at the time. Anyways, it was a whole bunch of videos bashing me, a whole bunch of lies. It was misleading lies about me personally and me and my boyfriend, and the whole reason for these videos was to get a hint of fame. You know how people make those accounts, those secret accounts, and try to blow up on them? That's exactly what she did, yet she used me, her best friend, to slander for fame. As I was looking through these, I'm not kidding you, my heart dropped and I started bawling. I was so confused on what this was even for. I was so confused because there was nothing going on at all. The entire time she was secretly having an account, locked me and everybody that's related towards me, like friends, family, blocked. And she's sitting here bashing me for fame. And I just like to point out, at the time, she was slowly replacing me with a girl that she would talk insane things about. Like this girl, she would always be talking bad about her, and I didn't know it yet that she was replacing me until later on. Anyways, after I see all those videos, my first resort was to text her. So I sent her a really big paragraph and I made it the most respectful as possible, and I was heartbroken. I was devastated because my best friend of almost 3 years is sitting on social media bashing me for fame and making a whole bunch of lies about me just for fame. So when I texted her, she responded hours later, ignoring the whole paragraph and saying, "Yeah, we can talk later." We never talked later, and it's been weeks. And after I did send her that paragraph, I did notice she made another video about me. I was just so lost. I was confused on what I did in the first place. I did absolutely nothing but be there for her and comfort her, and I was a really good friend to her. And behind my back, she's sitting here and doing all of this. She has chosen her boyfriend and this girl that she was replacing me with, and I didn't think much of it. So weeks go by and she's still talking bad about me, which I still have no idea for what reason. And meanwhile, during that time, her boyfriend is sitting there bullying my little sister at school. And on the lines of that, the girl that she was replacing me with the entire friendship, as soon as we stopped being friends, they were immediately best friends. They were together 24/7, doing the exact same things that me and her would do. So it shows how easily replaced I was. I don't know if this whole thing is based off of jealousy or what. I honestly am still confused to this day. I have no idea what caused this or what has happened. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. I love you guys so much. Bye.
Get ready with me for the gym while I tell you what the hell happened at the party I went to the other day. Let me just tell you, it didn't even last 2 seconds. No one even got let in. Just a little recap, it got postponed again, canceled uncanceled, fireworks being thrown that I thought was tear gas by the police, a line of Karens standing there like grandmas in their bathrobes, and this happened like twice, like 2 parties, but nothing happened and you're just standing there the whole night. Now I'm sorry in advance for shading the people who organized this, but like I never go out. And one of the guys who organized it convinced me to go and said this was gonna be like Project X, but I had nothing else to do on a Saturday night, so I was like, fine. Me and my people finna show up. Story's getting so good, I damn near forgot to get ready. When I tell y'all, we pulled up, sat in the car, didn't even get out because it was like a shit show outside. Sat in traffic, waited for the next address to drop, parked a mile away from the next house. By the time we walked there in 30-degree weather, bro, people stormed inside the backyard. I'm not even kidding you, 30 seconds later, the crowd of hundreds of people is getting pushed out by people with tasers. We're standing in the driveway. Guess who pulls in? The mom. Now, I don't know if any of these people got in trouble, but she pulled it smack dead in the middle of the crowd, got out, and everyone can tell that's their mom because there is no other reason a 40-year-old woman should be here. And everyone was like, oh, sorry, ma'am, have a good night. Yeah, we out. And that was literally my night. Now, I'm not super mad because I still went out and like managed to have a fun night, but I still wasted a really cute outfit. And girls know once you wear it once, like, it sucks to rewear it. And then my friend in question who organized the party was like, sorry guys, it was poor planning. Bro, y'all posted the address at 8 a.m. that day. Of course, the neighbors, their moms, and their pets will know about this freaking party. And if you live in the state of Arizona, I'm telling you, you definitely heard of it. It was in Glendale. But it was bound to shut down. Now he's texting me talking about some next weekend. No! I said yes once. I went out one weekend, and now you're talking about, no, we got more parties next weekend. No, I'm gonna be in bed. Anyway, that's really the update. I don't know why my skin is so inflamed all of a sudden. But anyways, I gotta go to the gym. Bye.
Story time about the time that my dad made me go to school with no bra on, nothing. Like 7th grade, I was at my dad's this week, so we switched on and off. And this week I was there, and I remember one morning for breakfast, my stepmom had made oatmeal, and at the time I could not do oatmeal. I couldn't do it. It was like a weird like texture thing. It would make me gag every time I ate it. And I wake up and she's like, oh, okay, your breakfast is in the kitchen. Go in there and it's oatmeal. And I've already expressed that like I hate oatmeal, like I can't do it. So I sit down. I try to eat it. I'm literally sitting there and I'm gagging. I'm trying not to throw up. I'm literally like I'm hot, but just like trying to eat this food. Mind you, I literally rolled out of bed and walked straight into the kitchen to eat, because our rule was you had to eat first and then go get dressed. Sitting there, and I'm literally like holding back tears trying to eat this oatmeal. I can't do it. My dad's coming in there every like 10 minutes being like, you're running out of time, like you better eat that oatmeal, you're gonna get in trouble, like you're not gonna have time to get ready. And I'm sitting there being like, please don't make me eat this. And he's like, you need to eat your breakfast, like come on, let's go. I'm sitting there for a good 30-45 minutes maybe, and I have not eaten like all this oatmeal. So at this point, my sister's already finished her food, gone to go get ready, and it's about time for us to have to leave. Like we've got to go to school. So my dad comes in there and he's like come on, like let's go, like we're leaving for school, you need to like let's go. Fear in my face, complete fear, because I'm like, I'm not ready to go. I haven't brushed my teeth, I haven't brushed my hair, I don't have makeup on, I don't even have a bra on. What are we doing? And so I'm like, Dad, no, I have to get dressed, please let me go get dressed. And he's like, no, like you should have ate your food and you should have gotten ready. So immediately I'm like, oh my god, I'm literally gonna get made fun of. I'm gonna be the laughing stock of my school because I'm gonna go to school with my little prepubescent boobs, and everybody's gonna make fun of me. I run into my room and I'm trying to like shove clothes into my backpack so I could like at least have something to change into. I'm trying to go and brush my teeth. My dad's like, no, like we're leaving now, like get in the truck, let's go. I have like running shorts on, like a tank top or something, like obviously not in dress code at all whatsoever. I'm like, Dad, no, like I'm gonna get in trouble if I wear these, like I can't wear these shorts. And he's like, no, like you should have thought about that, you should have ate your food, like let's go. And luckily my stepmom was like, no, like she really will get in trouble if she wears that, like, and you're just gonna have to drive back up there and go take her shorts or pick her up. So my dad's like, okay, change your pants. So I changed my pants, right? Shoved my bra into my backpack. Pretty sure, I know I shoved my hairbrush in there. I don't remember if I had time to brush my teeth or if I think I ended up having to brush them at school. In the truck, I don't even remember what outfit I had managed to throw together in my like backpack, but I know the shoes did not match. I know those shoes because they were just like tennis shoes I could throw on easily. Really like just like preparing for the mental anguish that this day is going to be, because I know it's going to be horrendous, right? It's gonna be terrible. The way my middle school was set up was you would get dropped off in the corridor line and you had to walk, and where you would walk to the door to go inside was like the commons area, which is where everybody was eating breakfast. So I want you to imagine little 7th grade me walking in with no bra. I'm having to walk in like this with my backpack full of stuff to like get ready, right? I'm walking in, tears in my eyes, trying to like look normal so nobody looks at me. I wanted to what like fear frozen face I had on, but one of my friends, Hannah, shout out Hannah, thank you so much, queen, sees me and she comes up to me and she's like, hey, are you okay? And I'm obviously like, not okay, like I'm really not okay, like this is not okay, like do I look okay, like look at me. It takes me to the bathroom. I'm gathering myself, calming down, and as I'm getting ready, I had to get ready in like the cafeteria bathroom. I change in the stall, and there's girls coming in and out of there. So I'm sobbing, crying, trying to get ready, and I just know that they were all judging the hell out of me. I know that they were judging me, but at this point, I really didn't care. I throw my clothes on, and the shirt that I had found was absolutely horrendous with the pants. It was not cute. And mind you, people are wearing makeup in middle school, and I didn't have time. I didn't have time to throw it in my bag, so I just didn't have makeup to wear. So I know I was running around looking like what we would call in the South a ragamuffin, like in 7th grade. Old enough to know how to clothe myself, but I just couldn't. I didn't have time because I had to go to school because I didn't eat my breakfast because it was gonna make me throw up if I would have ate it. I was literally sobbing, crying in Hannah. I was like, it's okay, helping me fix my hair, brush my teeth, put my bra on, get dressed. Like it was a very rough day. Did I learn anything from that? That I didn't like oatmeal for a while. And I think my parents learned that too, and I think I ate cereal for a really, really long time. Cereal or eggs. I didn't eat oatmeal for the longest time, and I still can't eat oatmeal to this day unless there's like a crap ton of sugar in it, because the texture just throws me off. That was the time I had to go to school with no bra on. And it was great. It was not great. It was actually horrendous. But it's okay, because it built my character a little bit. I don't know if I needed my character built any, but it built my character. So I guess that's great, right?
This is why me and my best friend are actually no longer best friends. It started off as a joke, but it's not anymore. Honestly, you could just go watch our dance account most recent video and that will explain it. But for those of you that want the full story, I'll give it. Never had this flavor before. I mean, it wasn't like completely fake. Like, I was definitely like angry and stuff, but we were just gonna kind of get over it so we could film videos together. So we were making that Dog McStuffins freaking dance video yesterday, and I kind of thought it would be funny to like push her. And I didn't even push her that hard. It only looks like that because she's like so skinny and petite that she literally was like flying through the air like a speck of dust. It's like that might sound like a joke when I'm saying that, but no, I'm like actually serious. And that's not even me trying to like compliment her. Like, that's literally just me pointing out the obvious. Just so you guys can get your facts straight, because I would never hurt anybody. Like, obviously she was fine because she came behind me and pantsed me. And it's not even the fact that she pants me in a public server, it's the fact that there's a huge group of guys walking by and she just had to do that. And I didn't even want to post that video because if we didn't crop the end, like, of course this little clout chaser wanted to post it, and the only reason she cropped out the end was so it wouldn't get taken down, not even for my sake. So can you really blame me? Like, am I really in the wrong here? I think she put something in my eyelash serum. These are not my lashes. So yeah, pantsing me is one thing, in public is another thing, and in front of a bunch of guys that we know is like a million things. Like, that's just not okay. And now I have to redo my mascara, and I feel like this is somehow her fault too. And obviously I want to keep making dance videos for you guys, but it's like so hard when things like that are just gonna happen. So I guess we'll see if she takes it too far again, or maybe I'll have to take it too far, because I do need my revenge for that. If you guys are on my side, comment on this video and the dance video whose side you're on so we can knock some sense into her. But yeah, I think that's it. There's probably some little details that I forgot to put in there, but yeah, bye guys, see you tomorrow.
Get ready to me for my flight, except I missed it. I was supposed to leave yesterday, but I thought I was supposed to leave today. I'm only crying because I'm so fucking angry right now, because I've never missed a flight in my life. Like, fuck, I'm so mad. It's a 17-hour flight from New York to Taiwan. I'm just so mad at myself. Okay, I just washed my face and I'm like calming down a little, but I wanted this to be like a nice family trip and I'm not even there. I've been so stressed out. And this just makes it worse. This was supposed to be a nice, like, distraction from everything recently. Like, last week, I literally missed my final. And I had to beg my professor to let me take it again. And there's been so many, like, deadlines coming up and it's stressing me out. But my mom told me that she's gonna book me on the next flight, which is hopefully tonight, so I can get there and be with them. I haven't packed, I haven't cleaned, because I thought I had time. Our apartment's a mess. And I just know I'm gonna forget to pack like half my things. I know I'm gonna forget to pack my visa. And then the US isn't gonna let me back in. I always forget to pack that. Basically, I was supposed to leave yesterday at 12:05 a.m. That was the time of my flight. 12:05 on Saturday, and someone made my itinerary, but they put the wrong date, and it said that I was supposed to leave tonight at 12:05. And then my mom texted me like an hour ago and was like, "We all just arrived. Where are you?" And I was like, "I'm still in New York." She's like, "Why are you still in New York?" And I'm like, "Cause my flight's not till tonight." And she was like, "No, it was yesterday. You missed it." And I haven't seen my mom and my sisters in a long time. And now the time's gonna be like cut in half because I'm arriving so late. Okay, I'm gonna go pack now. And I'm just gonna hop on the next flight.
Hi guys, get ready with me habang sa storytime ako sa mga ganaps nung nag-Japan kami. Kahit 5 days lang yung Japan trip namin, ang daming life-altering experiences like, OA na kung OA, pero tinakatakot talaga yung iba. So yung una, ito talaga natatakot talaga ako. Kumakonek ako sa public wifi sa Japan kasi yung hotspot ng mom ko is like hindi gumagana sa akin. Nadi-disconnect siya palagi. So sabi ko, you know what, magko-connect na lang sa public wifi kasi gumagana naman yung wifi ng Japan. Ate, normal lang naman, ganun. Tapos hanggang sa naka-receive ako ng email. Naka-receive ako ng email, I think the next day or the same day. Hindi ko na maalala. Tapos, yung email, sabi thank you for your purchase, Kineme. Tapos alam niyo kung magano? $699. Girl, mukha ba ako mag-spend ng $699? So then, sinabi ko sa mom ko kasi siya kasi yung bumibili ng mga anik-anik ko. So like, iniisip ko shoota, baka nahack yung mom ko. Tas like, dahil sa akin kasi kumukunik ako sa public wifi. Like, so ayun nga, anyway, as I was saying, chinek ng mom ko and Diyos ko Lord, buti naman walang na-charge kasi talaga $699 babe. Yung next topic naman is nakita ko yung PE teacher ko sa Japante. Nasa Shibuya kami sa Starbucks. And then nakita ko siya sa escalator na pataas. And then sabi ko parang familiar. Tapos parang nagkatinginan kami, I think onte. Tapos parang siya ba to? Parang ganun. Nagkatitigan na naman kami ulit. Tapos lumapit na siya sa akin. Tapos nagpicture kami. So ayun lang, parang ang liit talaga ng mundo tayo. Like hindi ko ini-expect na magkikita kami sa Japan pati. Tagal ko na siyang hindi nakikita. So ayun. Reunite. Anyway, yung next topic naman is, girl, may romance store sa Japan. Hindi ko sinasabi yung mga like nasa store na, as in literal na may store sila yung Roman Pink Office. And girl, may free color analysis. Like, naka-free color analysis ako sa Japan, hindi na pumunta ng Korea. Pero ayun nga, na-find out ko na ako ay, hinahanap ko yung papel, deep winter. Period. Sabi ko na talaga kulto na ko, Sabi ko na. Tapos, like, edi syempre, nakabili ako ng mga makeup dun. Tapos, grabe, like, ang saya ng experience na yun. Kasi, naka-color analysis ako. Ang daming Roman products and yung mga Japan exclusive pa. So, talagang kinikilig yung pagkakikay. Kinikilig yung pagka-artehan ko, Ay, hindi pala deep winter strong. So, ayan yung mga color na bagay sa akin. So, talagang ika-career ko na to. Okay, so, gagamitin ko tong blush na to kasi parang bagay siya dun sa kodigo na color na binigay sa akin. Period! Ang ganda ng lipin na to, shocks. Anyways, yun lang naman and nawawalan ako ng storage. So, bye!
তোমাদেরকে আমার পরিচয় মানুষ চিনে, তোমাকে চেনে, ইউ আর দ্য ফাদার অফ ম্যাক্স দ্য প্র্যাঙ্কস্টার, ঠিক আছে? তোমাকেও মা
বিরাট স্টার বাট আমি চাইবো আমার ফার্স্ট মিটিংটা অনেক গ্লোরিয়াস হোক। আর যদি সে ফ্রড হয় তাহলে কিন্তু ওর খবরই আছে, একদম থাপড়ায় সব দাঁত ফেলে দিব। যাই হোক, দেখা যাক কি হয়। আমার লেট হচ্ছে দোস্ত, রাখি। হ্যাঁ,
টিন্ডার থেকে তুমি এর আগে আর কারোর সাথে কফি ডেট করেছো আমি ছাড়া?
হোয়াট? আমাকে কি দেখে মনে হয় চিপ? আমি এক্সক্লুসিভ ভার্সন, ওকে? আই এম নট অ্যাভেলেবল। কি ছিল? কি ছিল?
প্র্যাঙ্ক ছিল, বিশেষ হচ্ছে না এই যে
Prank
আই সুইট ওই যে দেখেন মনোপড নিয়ে দাঁড়ায় আছে, এই যে আরেকজন ইফতে, একদম গুলি করে দিব মাথার মধ্যে, ফুটা করে একদম এদিক দিয়ে বাইর করে ফেলবো। কি আছে বাইর কর?
কিছু নেই।
দে হাত কি লুকালি, দে 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 দে।
হ্যাঁ দোস্ত, ওই যে প্র্যাঙ্ক বাজ, ওই যে কি জানি একটা ছেলে আছে না ফালতু, সারাক্ষণ মানুষকে ধোকা দিয়ে বেড়ায়, ওকে চিনিস তুই?
হ্যাঁ, চিনবো না কেন? ওকে না চিনার কি আছে? ওকে চিনে না এমন কেউ আছে?
এই শিখেছি ধরে 50 কি টেলিলেন্স নাকি? হ্যাঁ, 85 ইউজ করবি, দরকার পড়লে তোর আমি 70-200 কিনা দিব।
তুই টেনশন করিস না। হ্যাঁ,
কোনো চোর না, চুরি না, ডাকাতি না, এটা প্র্যাঙ্ক ছিল, টোটালি প্র্যাঙ্ক। প্র্যাঙ্ক শিখাইছে উস্তাদ। কেমন হলো প্র্যাঙ্ক? এটা সত্যি সত্যি প্র্যাঙ্ক ছিল, আমি ক্ষমা চাচ্ছি, সত্যি সত্যি প্র্যাঙ্ক ছিল। এ ভাই দেখেন দেখেন দেখেন, কালোই তো করবো। আরে আপা, আপনি তো এমনিতেই সুন্দর।
বাবাকে সালাম কর, আরেকবার সালাম কর। মা, আমার বিয়ে করা বউ, তোমাদের বৌমা।
আমি আসছি তো, আমি সব ঠিক করে ফেলবো। তুমি বসো, বসো তো, এখানে বসো, আমি দেখছি। আন্টি, আঙ্কেল,
কেন তুই এরকম মেয়ে লোকটাকে বিয়ে করলি?
মা স্টপ ইট, এইভাবে কথা বলতেছো কেন? হ্যাঁ, মানুষকে ছোট করে কথা বলো কেন? শোনো, আমি তোমার বিয়ের আগে ছবি দেখছি, তুমি যে খুব আহামরি সুন্দর ছিল না আমি জানি। বিয়ের পর
আমি এত কথা শুনতে চাই না, আজকে থেকে লাইফস্টাইল ফুল অফ।
আমার ফোনটা তোমরা কেন এরকম করলো? আমার ফোনটার মধ্যে কত ইম্পর্টেন্ট জিনিস ছিল জানো? সুইট সুইট রেডি ইফে, সুন্দরী মেয়ে আসতেছে, সুন্দরী মেয়ের ভয় দেখানোর মজাই অন্যরকম। 20 মিনিট দেরি হয়েছে। হ্যাঁ, মানে আই এম রিয়েলি সরি। আর কখনো এরকম হয় না, এত জ্যাম ছিল, জাস্ট 20 মিনিট লেট হয়েছে। আর কখনো আই এম রিয়েলি সরি, অনেক জ্যাম ছিল।
সরি মানে? হু আর ইউ? কে আপনি? হ্যাঁ, কি চাচ্ছেন বলেন তো? সকালে একবার প্র্যাঙ্ক করেছেন, এখন একবার করছেন। আসলে কে পাঠিয়েছে আপনাকে? কি চাচ্ছেন সত্যি করে বলেন। আপনি কিন্তু আমাকে হ্যারাস করছেন।
ও মাই গড, আইফোন 13 প্রো ম্যাক্স। মাল্টু আছে তাইলে, দেখি মাল্টু বের করুন। এই ব্যাক দেন। ওদিন প্র্যাঙ্ক করছি, ভালো লাগে না তাই না? হ্যাঁ,
ও তো ইউটিউবার, এই যে কি সব অদ্ভুত প্র্যাঙ্ক করে বেড়ায় মানুষের সাথে। কেন, কি হয়েছে বলতো? হঠাৎ ওর কথা জিজ্ঞেস করতেছিস?
কি হয়েছে? আমি ওকে খুন করে ফেলবো। আই শুড পানিশ হিম।
ঠিক আছে, এইসব কমেন্ট তো আসা যাবে না। ম্যাক্সের ভিডিও ম্যান, রেজুলেশন হইতে হবে হাই কোয়ালিটি, 4K হবে এবং কোনো প্রোগ্রাম শোরের উপর বাটপারি রে।
সো আসল শাস্তি হয়েছে, চলো বাই। আমি কিছু না, প্র্যাঙ্কই সব কিছু। ওই প্র্যাঙ্কটা তো আমি ধ্বংস করেই ছাড়বো, বুঝলি?
আরে মাথা এত গরম করিস না।
একদম পারফেক্ট, এটাই তো চেয়েছিলাম। ম্যাক্স আর ম্যাক্সের মা তো অজ্ঞান হয়ে যাবে। আপনি এত সুন্দর আপু, আপনাকে দেখে তোরা সবাই খুশি হয়ে যাবে, সেটা আমি চাই।
দেখো তোমাদের জন্য কি নিয়ে এসেছি।
আচ্ছা তুই এরকম জামাইয়ের পোশাক পরে আছিস কেন?
সারপ্রাইজ।
এই মেয়েকে এই
ফাইনাল ডিসিশন লয়ে লইছি, আজকে রাতে কিন্তু আপনার লগে ঘুমাবো।
আমার লগে কেন বাজান? আপনি আমার লগে ঘুমাইবেন কেন?
জিন্দেগি তুই এইটা আর পোষাইতে পারবি না বাজার। তোর আমি সাবিয়া দিতাছি তুই জলদি
ক্যাচে লাগাইছে।
মা তুই এক কাম কর, জামাই লইয়া শ্বশুরবাড়ি জাগা। ওন মা শ্বশুর
এই তো একেবারে বাঘের বাচ্চা।
ফুদি দে।
আচ্ছা বাঘের মতন যাবি?
আমি কইতাছি ওখানে খুইলা আসো, নালে আমি টাইনা ছিড়া ফেলামু কইলাম।
আমার খানদানি পোশাক তুমি টাইনা ছিঁড়া ফেলাইবা?
আমার ফোন দাও।
নিবারা আমারে কইছো বন্ধুর লগে কথা কও, তুমি তো এঞ্জেল সোনিয়ার লগে কথা কও কি?
তারপর বউরে দিয়া হাত পাটি পাইছে, এর বাদে বউরে কইছে পানি লয়ে আহো, বউ পানি লয়ে আইছে, এই পানি দিচ্ছে ফালায়া।
আম্মা আব্বা রুডি সুরত দেখছেন? রুডি এরকম তেরে বাগা খেলা, হ্যাঁ? রুডি সুন্দর। আব্বা আমারে না হয় তুমি বুঝাইলা, তুমি তোমার খানদানের কি বুঝাইবা, আমার আত্মীয় স্বজনের কি বুঝাইবা?
আমি দুঃখিত।
বইয়ের হাতে মার খাওয়া চলে, তাই কিছু কই নাইকা।
আমাগো খানদানে জামাই মারনের নিয়ম নাইকা।
তুই আমার এখান থেকে যাবি না মানে কি? অক্ষণ তুই বেরোবি।
আব্বা
কইলজা কাঁপে না?
ওই বেটা ওই তোর কইলজা কাঁপে না মিছা কথা কইতে? হ্যাঁ হারাম খোর জানি কোনানকার।
মাগার মারামারিতে এক নম্বর।
আমি পারি। এখন মনটা চাইতেছে তোমার কান্দের উপর চড়ায় একটা আসান মারি।
ঠিক আছে ভাই, তাহলে আমার মুখ চুপ বন্ধ থাকবো, আর কেউ আমি কিছু কমু না, মুখে কষ্টি।
এখন লাইনে আইছস।
My boyfriend got my little sister pregnant. Yeah, while we were dating. My little sister is 3 years younger than me, and we've always had a pretty tense relationship. And that's because she's always wanted to copy everything I do. And not just when she was really young, it still happens to this day. But she wasn't copying me in a way of like admiring me. She would copy me because she was in some kind of competition with me. Like whatever I did, she wanted to do it better. If I had an outfit, she wanted to wear the same one but style it better. If I did an activity, she wanted to join the same one and be better at it than me. That's how it's been our entire life. And I very quickly noticed that when I started dating, she started flirting with all of my boyfriends, and not subtly. She'd be like, you know, imagine if we would have met first. Like, you probably would have been dating me. But obviously you can't because you're with my sister, but like, if you hadn't met her, right? That's weird. That's just so disrespectful. I would bring this up to her and tell her that it made me really uncomfortable and I thought that it was weird. She'd be like, oh my gosh, you're so dramatic. You're so jealous. And my parents would say the same thing. They're like, Kelsey, it's your little sister. What are you talking about? She's obviously joking. Sorry, I don't think that's funny. And I have a pretty good sense of humor, if I'm being honest. So it just got to the point that I stopped bringing the guys that I was dating around my family because it just wasn't worth the drama for me, which is really sad because I'm really close with my parents, but I knew that if we went to any family holiday, she was gonna be there and it was always gonna just start a fight. So I stayed away. Things changed when I started dating my most recent boyfriend because it started getting more serious. We were dating for over a year and I knew that I needed to bring him around my family because that's what you have to do. You know what I mean? Also, I stupidly thought that maybe somehow my sister had matured and wouldn't act up anymore, but I was wrong. The first time she met my boyfriend, one of the first things she said is she's like, oh my gosh, if Kels ever misbehaves or treats you wrong, just let me know. I'll fix it. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. I always have your back. I was like, this is weird. Like, this is just a weird conversation you're having. She was also just being really touchy with him, wanting to always sit by him, was grabbing his arm, laughing at all his jokes. She was flirting with him. Like, I know what flirting looks like, okay? And I know what her flirting looks like because she's my little sister and I've known her whole life. So I pull her aside and I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna do this, okay? We're not gonna continue to do this. I can't. I'm tired. You gotta just be normal and stop flirting with all my boyfriends. And again, she was like, oh my gosh, I did not realize how insecure you were. Like, it's actually really sad that I'm the younger sibling and I'm just so much more confident, so much more self-assured. Like, if you were acting like this with my boyfriends, I would not be upset at all. Okay, well, you've never had a boyfriend, and there's a reason for that. I'm just gonna put that out there. About a month after this initial meeting, my little sister calls me and tells me that she has amazing news and that she's actually gonna be moving states and moving to the city that my boyfriend and I live in. Great. I was so excited for that. And not only was she moving to our city, she was gonna move into the same apartment complex that we lived in. Even better for me. So she moves to our city, moves into our apartment complex, and suddenly she needs help with absolutely everything. She doesn't have a car, so she needs to be driven everywhere. She needs help having everything built. She needs help with all the moving stuff. And guess who she asks for all of it? Yeah, you're right, my boyfriend. Coincidental? I think not. And it got to the point that they were hanging out and I didn't even know they were hanging out. He would get home and I'd be like, where were you? And he was like, I was with your sister. I was helping her do X, Y, Z. I was like, wait, what? What do you mean you were with my sister? Why didn't you tell me? And he's like, oh, I didn't think it was a big deal. She just needed a favor. And so I went to help out. Like, she lives in our building. No, okay? He was making it seem like it was innocent. It wasn't innocent. It gets to the point that this is the biggest issue in our relationship. We're constantly arguing about it, where I'm like, I want you to stop spending so much time with my sister because you already know the previous issues that are there. And he was like, it's your family. I'm just trying to be a good guy. I'm like, okay, sorry, your loyalty is to me and I'm asking you to establish this boundary and you won't do it and it's weird. And we were just going back and forth for weeks about it. Finally, one day, my little sister comes to my apartment while my boyfriend and I are watching a movie and she just looks so upset. And I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what is going on? And that's when she tells me that she is pregnant, which I'm shocked about because she just moved to the city. I didn't know she was dating anyone. The only guy that she's been hanging out with is my boyfriend. See, at the time I didn't put that together because I thought that there was no way that he would do that to me, but yeah, just wait. But the person who was even more shocked was my boyfriend. He looked like he was about to projectile vomit. I was like, wow, they obviously have gotten really close. He is really concerned about her. And that's when I start asking her, I was like, okay, who's the father? Whose baby are you having? And she gets really quiet. She's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't really want to tell you. I was like, why are you being weird about this? And obviously we know why she was being weird about this. Then she started looking at my boyfriend. She's like, I mean, like, are you going to tell her or am I? She fully came in here ready to expose him and he had no idea. They was just all going down right there in my living room. So I look at him. He looks absolutely sick. I'm looking at her and low-key, she's smirking a little bit. She's happy about this because, again, everything's a competition and apparently she won. She took my man. That's what she wanted this whole time. And I look at him. I'm like, no, please tell me that she's lying. She's making this up. And he can't even get any words out. I can see it on his face that, yeah, it's him. He's the father of this baby. So I absolutely lose it. I'm like, what are you even talking about? And he has the audacity to say to me, well, I know I cheated, but I only half cheated because it's your sister. You shared DNA. So it's like, it's not as bad if I was cheating with someone else. it's like it's half cheating. No, I'm sorry. What man logic is that? I cannot. It's way worse to cheat with somebody's sibling than with a stranger. So obviously I kick him out. I'm like, you have somewhere else to sleep in the exact same building, so don't even feel bad about it. I don't want to see your face ever again. I look at my sister, I'm like, I don't want to see your face ever again either. My ex-boyfriend is now texting me 24/7, apologizing, saying it was a mistake. It only happened once, which I don't believe based on how much time they spent together. And my family keeps texting me, it's your little sister, give her grace. People make mistakes. So people make mistakes? That was not a mistake. That was a betrayal. Haven't heard anything from my little sister though. Not one text, not one apology, because she's not sorry. She very much planned for this to happen. I know it. And I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen next, but let me know if y'all want to stay updated.